Good morning, students. I'm going to talk to you about 5-a-day week 25. For Monday, you are going to be choosing the dangling or misplaced modifier for the sentence, I saw a picture of a dog that had been lost on the morning news. So we definitely have a person and we have an animal. This is misplaced. There's something in the wrong spot. For number 2, you have the word absurd, whimsical, and hilarious. So choose your positive, negative, and neutral for that word. For number 3, you'll probably have to use your context clues to figure out parochial. Probably have heard that word before, but maybe you've never seen it in print. But try to figure it out from context. For number 4, you are choosing the synonym for the word dispel, and you may have to look up some of the other words to choose what word means the same. And conscience, this is going to be divided into its 3 parts. And you might want to look up the difference between conscience. Okay. For Tuesday, on week 25, you are going to be getting rid of a good chunk of this. It's very wordy. For number 2, please just type the misspelled word on your form. For number 3, please write or type the figure of speech that is in the William Faulkner quote, "Yellow butterflies flickered along the shade like flecks of sun." He's a poet, so it's very poetic. So what do you need to underline? Remember, hyperboles are extreme exaggerations. Personification gives something that's not alive human qualities. Simile uses like or as to compare two unlike things. Metaphor does not use like or as, but compares two unlike things. And an idiom would be a group of words that doesn't mean what they say. Don't forget to explain what the figure of speech means for number 4. For number 5, going left to right, label your subjects and verbs. If you have both a subject and verb, then it's a clause, and then you can decide if it's independent or dependent. If it only has a subject or a verb or none of the above, then it's a phrase. Sorry, I should have been pulling that up while I talked about it. Let me give you a chance to look at it. Okay, for Wednesday, you have the word cacophony. Some people say cacophony. So it's said a couple different ways. Put your definition together, look it up, and then have some words that probably have the PHON in it, or they have that CAC in them. Probably less of those for that prefix. As far as your words that you circle for fraught, you're going to be circling 2 things. For commas, use your good fluency, and I would say there's 3 commas if you give this good pause. And for number 5, don't forget you're choosing the antonym of discord. You'll probably have to look up those other words, or a couple of them, especially this word tumult, to know what that means. And then finally, for Thursday, you're going to be choosing from your first 3 words, absurd, whimsical, and hilarious, from the Monday number 2. Explain why you chose that. For oblige, in this sentence, I am obliged. Notice they added the ed there because it's a past tense. You're going to, since these parts of speech are all the same, you're going to have to choose by definition. For number 4, I do notice there's a comma. So, pay attention to what's going on. Is this a sentence on this side? A complete sentence? Is this a sentence on this side? If it's yes, then you'd probably want to choose compound. If one of them is a sentence and the other one isn't, but they both have subjects and verbs, then you'd probably want to choose complex. Okay? I'll give you a hint. It's not simple. It's not compound, complex. So choose one of those. And then the analogy, priest is to religious. So I think religious is describing priest. So that should help you with these. Okay, you might have to look up what a confidant is to figure out that. Okay, hopefully that answers your questions for week 25. I didn't put my camera on because I figure you don't really need to see me. You just need to hear me. Okay, remember this is due Friday. Do 5 of these a day. You don't have to do them all in one day. All right, thanks.